Welcome, dear students. Today we are going to learn about the types of RNA. Types of RNA. Types of RNA. In my last hour of teaching, we learned about the properties of a genetic material. So, the Hasley and Chase proved that the DNA is a genetic material, whereas the Heinz Freckle here proved that RNA is also a genetic material. RNA is also a genetic material in few of the viruses. Those viruses which having the RNA as a genetic material, they undergo high mutation rate. So that the RNA broadly classified into two. One is the genetic RNA and other is the non-genetic RNA. Genetic RNA is the RNA which is present in few viruses. Few viruses, they are called genetic RNA. The RNA like TME, the RNA is a genetic material over there. HIV, the RNA is a genetic material. Ebola virus, coronavirus or SARS, which causes the SARS, these all the RNA orthomyxoviruses. These are RNA viruses. They are having the genetic material RNA. Whereas non-genetic RNA are of different type. Like mRNA, rRNA, tRNA, snRNA, miRNA. There are different types of RNAs are present in both prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. Then what is mRNA? mRNA is a messenger RNA. tRNA is a transfer RNA. rRNA is a ribosomal RNA. snRNA small nuclear RNA. miRNA microRNA. There are different kinds of RNAs are present in the cells of both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So first we start with the mRNA. mRNA is discovered by Wilkins. mRNA is discovered by Wilkins in prokaryotes. Like E. coli, first observed mRNA, first observed by Wilkins in E. coli. But Jacob and Monod, the two scientists, Jacob and Monod coined the term. They coined the term mRNA. mRNA first discovered by Wilkins in E. coli. He first observed that there is a messenger RNA in case of E. coli. But Jacob and Monod coined the term mRNA. It is called mRNA because messenger RNA because it carries the message of the DNA towards the ribosome for the protein synthesis. It is called as messenger RNA because it carries the information of a DNA and towards the cytoplasm and towards the ribosome for the synthesis of protein. So, mRNA, the length of the mRNA varies depend on the nucleotides present in it. Maybe 100 to 2000 nucleotide or it may be 90,000 nucleotides. So the mRNA, the size of the mRNA varies depend on the nucleotides present in it. There is, see, this is the bacterial cell, this is the cell of an animal. So I will show the differences in the mRNA present in the bacteria and the animals or the higher organ. See, the bacteria does not have any nuclear membrane. But the animal cells or the plant cell having one nuclear membrane. So the mRNA, the lifespan of the mRNA in case of the prokaryotes is very less compared with the lifespan of the mRNA in case of eukaryotes is high. Why it is? Because in my last number of teaching we learned that RNA is a more reactive molecule. It can be catalyzed. It is having the catalytic activity. So it can be easily degradable because the many enzymes which are present in the cytoplasm easily cleave the RNAs. So because the mRNA which produced in the prokaryotes, the messenger RNA produced in the prokaryotes having very less lifespan. Thus, whenever the mRNA is produced from the nucleoid material, the continuous transcription and translation occur. So that we often observe the polyribosome in case of prokaryotes. We often observe the polyribosomes in case of prokaryotes because the lifespan of mRNA is very less, because there are many degradative enzymes, RNA degrading enzymes are present in the cytoplasm, degrade the RNA because the RNA can be easily degradable. It is a highly reactive molecule. Thus, the lifespan of mRNA in case of prokaryotes is very less. So, the continuous or simultaneously the transcription and translation occur in case of prokaryotes. But in case of eukaryotes, it is different. Eukaryotes having the nuclear membrane. So RNA synthesized inside the nucleus. So the RNA when the transcription occurs, the RNA which is synthesized is called hnRNA, heterogeneous RNA. We not call it as mRNA. There is a post-transcriptional modification occur in case of eukaryotes. Why it is needed? This makes protective covering so that the RNA is unable to cleave or degrade by the RNA degrading enzymes present in the cytoplasm. So mRNA undergo a post-transcriptional modification. It has certain coding sequences and non-coding sequences. The mRNA or the transcript which is found in the eukaryotes is called hnRNA, heterogeneous RNA. So heterogeneous RNA having certain codon sequences called as exon, non-codon sequences called as intron. So that the introns, the non-coding sequences are removed and the coding sequences are joined by the RNA called as small nuclear RNA or snRNA. This mechanism is called the splicing mechanism. We are going to learn in detail about the splicing mechanism in next class. So the exons are the coding sequences present in the heterogeneous RNA. Introns are non-coding sequences present in the heterogeneous RNA. So that introns are removed, the exons are joined, exon 1, exon 2 by snRNA. This mechanism is called as the splicing mechanism. Later, the 5' end and this is the 3' end. The 5' end to the phosphate, the 5-methyl guanosine cap is attached. The 5-methyl guanosine cap is attached to the 5' end of the mRNA with a protective covering. protect from degradation of mRNA by certain degrading enzymes present in the cytoplasm. And the poly A tail is attached at 3' end. So, what are the modifications? These are called the post-transcriptional modification occur in case of eukaryotes. Thus, these modification makes increase in the lifespan of the mRNA. So, it can be degraded by the degrading enzymes, RNA degrading enzymes present in the cytoplasm. So, here 7-methyl guanosine cap attached the 5' end of the RNA, whereas the 3' end is attached by poly A tail. These are post-transcriptional modification occur in the mRNA. So, this mRNA comes out from the nucleus and move towards the ribosome for the protein synthesis. Oftenly the mRNA present in the mRNA which is present in the prokaryotes are polycistronic, or they are called polygenic. The mRNA which is present in the prokaryotes is polycistronic, or it is also called polygenes. So that many genes or many protein polypeptide are synthesized by using only one mRNA. The only one mRNA produces many polypeptides. Thus it is called polycistronic or polygenic. But in case of eukaryote, one gene produces one protein. Thus, it is monocistronic or monogenic. The mRNA present in the prokaryote is polycistronic or polygenic, so that one mRNA is able to synthesize many polypeptides, one or two, three polypeptides. This is called polycistronic or polygenic. Whereas the mRNA in case of eukaryotes, one gene produces one polypeptide. It is a monocistronic, means one mRNA produces one polypeptide, only one polypeptide. Thus, in case of eukaryotes, the monocistronic. In case of prokaryotes, is a polycistronic. So, this is about mRNA. Next, we are going to learn about the rRNA. rRNA is nothing but ribosomal RNA. Means the component of ribosomes having two things. One is the riboproteins and the RNA. The RNA is called as ribosomal RNA, and the protein present in the ribosomes are called riboproteins. So RNA and the proteins are together form the ribosome component. So our ribosomes are different. The prokaryotes are having and eukaryotes. So rRNA involved in the synthesis of proteins, or they involved in a translation mechanism. The prokaryotes are having 70S ribosomes. The prokaryotes are having 70S ribosomes. Inside the eukaryotic cell, the mitochondria and chloroplast also having 70S ribosomes. Eukaryotic mesentery and the chloroplast also having the 70s ribosomes. The 70s ribosomes are present in prokaryotes. The eukaryotes are having 80s ribosomes. The prokaryotes are having 70s ribosomes. The eukaryotes are having 80s ribosomes. Then what is S? S is the Swedberg unit. It is the unit of sedimentation coefficient. The rate at which the molecule sediment at the down is called, or settle down, is called sedimentation coefficient. S is the Swedberg unit. S is the Swedberg unit. That ribosomes are 70s present in prokaryotes, ribosomes of 80s present in eukaryotes. These ribosomes are having two components, the smaller component and the larger component. See, the ribosomes are having two components. One is the larger component, other one is the smaller component. The smaller component present in the 70s ribosomes of eukaryote is 30s. The larger unit of the ribosome is having the 50s. 70s is the smaller unit, 50s is the larger unit. I already mentioned S is the sedimentary coefficient. Sir, S is the Swedberg unit. It is a sedimentary coefficient, the rate at which the molecules settle down. So when they come together, it becomes 70s. So that 70s is the rate at which the molecules or the ribosome settle down. When we separate, the sedimentation coefficient varies. Sedimentation coefficient varies. So that what is that? The smaller unit of ribosome having the 30s subunit, the larger unit is having 50s subunit. In case of eukaryotes, the smaller unit is 40s and the larger unit having the 60s. So the prokaryotes are having the 70s ribosomes, eukaryotes having 80s ribosomes. These are having the ribosomes mainly having two units, the larger unit and the smaller unit. Larger unit of 70s and smaller unit of 30s rRNA. 70s is nothing but rRNA. 70s rRNA present in the 70s rRNA present in the ribosomes present. So the smaller unit of prokaryotes, again when you divide, it is having, consists of 16s rRNA and 21 different polypeptides or lipoproteins. Polypeptides are present in it. When we analyze the 30s, the smaller unit of ribosome present in the prokaryotes, it consists of the 16s rRNA and 21 different polypeptides. Or these polypeptides are called riboproteins. These polypeptides are called riboproteins because the protein present in the ribosome. The larger unit of prokaryotes are having 25s rRNA, consists of 5s rRNA and 23s rRNA, consists of 5s rRNA, 23s rRNA and 31 different polypeptides are present in it. 31 different polypeptides are present in it. So these two combined form the 30s unit of the smaller unit of ribosome of prokaryote. So the smaller unit consists of 16s rRNA and 21 different polypeptides. Larger unit consists of 5s rRNA and 23s rRNA and 31 different type of polypeptides are present in the larger unit of ribosome of prokaryotes. In case of eukaryotes, the smaller unit consists of 18S rRNA, and 33 different polypeptides or riboproteins are present in it. The smaller unit of ribosome present in the eukaryote having 18S rRNA and 33 different polypeptides are present. The larger unit of rRNA in case of prokaryotes consists of 5S rRNA, 5.8S rRNA, 28S rRNA, and the 49 different polypeptides are present in it. 49 different polypeptides are present in it. So these are the ribosomal RNA. See, these RNAs are present in the larger and smaller unit of the ribosome. The prokaryotes having 70S ribosome, eukaryotes having 80S ribosome. So 70S, so ribosomes are into units. The 2S unit is a smaller, 50S unit is a larger. 30S unit consists of 16S rRNA and 21 different type of polypeptides, or they are called the riboproteins. Large unit consists of 5S rRNA, 23S rRNA, and 31 different type of polypeptides. So in case of eukaryotes having 80S ribosome, it having the smaller unit 40S, larger unit 80S. The smaller unit 40S ribosome consists of 18S rRNA and 33 different polypeptides. The larger unit consists of 5S rRNA, 5.8S rRNA, 28S rRNA, and 49 different polypeptides are present. So the mitochondria present in eukaryotes, only present in eukaryotes, and chloroplast present in the plant cell, or they are called eukaryotes, both animals and the plant. Eukaryotes consist of 70S ribosome. Next, we are going to learn the third type of RNA is a tRNA. tRNA is the smallest RNA. tRNA is the smallest RNA. It is having the sedimentation coefficient of 4s. The smallest RNA. tRNA means the transfer RNA. It transfers the information of DNA or the nucleotide language of DNA into amino acid language of protein. It is the transfer RNA, transfer the codon language of a DNA to the amino acid language of protein. This RNA involved in the protein synthesis. Case of both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. It often is called as the soluble RNA because it gets solubilized. It is very difficult to extract it from. Means it is very difficult to extract the tRNA from the cytoplasm. Oftenly it gets solubilized into the cytoplasm. Thus, it is also called as the soluble RNA. It is also called as sRNA or soluble RNA. sRNA or it is also called as soluble RNA. Robert Holly is a scientist. Robert Holly is a scientist who gave the structure of tRNA, who proposed or who gave the structure of tRNA. For this, he got Nobel Prize. He shared the Nobel Prize with Hargobind Khurana and Nirenberg. The famously, the structure of the tRNA is called as clover leaf. Clover leaf. Clover leaf structure of tRNA. Because the clover leaf is a trifoliate. The tRNA, it looks like a trifoliate structure. Thus, it is called as a clover leaf model of tRNA. Or sometimes we call the tRNA is a doctor molecule. We call the tRNA as a doctor molecule. Call the tRNA as a doctor molecule. Now we are going to learn or we are going to study the structure of the tRNA or the clover leaf model of tRNA. This is the structure of tRNA or cloverleaf model of tRNA. See the 5 prime end having the 5 prime end and the 3 prime end. The 5 prime end always starts with guanosine G. The nucleotide, the guanosine always present at the starting part of the 5 prime end. The 3 prime end always any tRNA will take. Always the 3 prime end of the 3 prime end of the tRNA consists of codon CCA. So the 3 prime end is the amino acid binding site. So a particular amino acid to the codon bind and attach to the 3 prime end of the tRNA. The 3 prime end of the tRNA. So the tRNA consists of 5 prime to 3 prime ends. The 5 prime end always start with guanosine nucleotide. The 3 prime end ends with CCA. The 3 nucleotides are present, they are called CCA. So 3 prime end is called the amino acid binding site. A particular amino acid to the particular amino acid to the particular codon comes and attached to it. So we have the 20 different amino acids. So that 20 different type of tRNAs are present. There is a one loop called DHU. The left having the DHU left. DHU nothing but dehydroxyuridine loop. Some unusual amino acids are present in tRNA. Inosine, pseudouridine, ribothymin, cytosine, like many unusual amino acids which are present in the tRNA. So the left consists of around 7 to 12 nucleotides or nitrogen bases. So the unusual nitrogen bases are present. This loop is called DHU loop, dihydroxyuridine loop. The right, they are having one more loop called T-Cy loop. T-Cy loop is nothing but ribothymin, pseudouridine and cytosine loop. The loop consists of 7 nitrogen bases or 7 nucleotides. And 7 nitrogen bases are present 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 nitrogen bases or nucleotides present in the DHC loop. It consists of the 3 unusual nitrogen bases called ribothymin, pseudouridine and cytosine. Thus it is called T-Cy loop. And below the T-Cy loop there is a variable R. Consists of around 4 to 12 nucleotide bases. And lastly, there is a anticodon loop. This loop having 7 nucleotide or 7 nucleotide bases. So this anticodon loop having anticodon to the codon. What is codon? What is anticodon? We are going to learn in further class or next classes. So the anticodon, these are having the particular anticodon to the particular codon for the amino acid. So having the anticodon, thus it is called as anticodon loop. It go and bind to the mRNA at particular codon region. This is the clover leaf model of tRNA. So mRNA, microRNA is involved in the cleaving mechanism. The cleaving mechanism of the RNA. So these are different types of RNA. Today we learned about the mRNA, the messenger RNA. We learned about the different type of ribosomal RNA. We learned about the transfer RNA or the soluble RNA. We learned about the snRNA. Thank you very much for the patience listening. Thank you.